Good afternoon, folks. This is lesson 40, and this time I want to do slightly different. Something different is this is a place called, what I think it's Nosy Be. The name of it is. It's in the bottom of Madagascar, in the south there. These are the kind of boats they have down there. There's sort of a shed there what the locals use. A few vegetation around the back there, tropical. 2 or 3 palm trees just here, and then some water just here, and some beachy stuff just here. So no further ado, let's get cracking. The colours I've chosen today for this, now I want to slightly different sky. You've got the ochre, or raw sienna, that's for the beachy area. Ultramarine is for the sky, and the mix of alizarin crimson is to sort of put the shadow areas into the sky. Let's see what the cloud shadows look like on that, and see if it's a bit different, shall we? The light today will be coming from, let's say, the right of my right shoulder, and we'll see how we go from that. So let's get painting out. They've seen the colours there, so I'll move the colours now, and we can see what we're doing. Right, first thing to do, I'll put some randomly water the sky. Not all over, just randomly. Because I want it to be a nice day today, not cloudy and threatening or something like that. It's a sort of, well, I can't call it Mediterranean. It's a beautiful sky around Madagascar. They get lovely skies down there as well. So let's see. We'll put some blue on this, shall we? A nice blue. Not too heavy, just a nice local scenery with friendly skies and nothing threatening. Because I do like to put threatening clouds in, but today we're having a change. Nice fluffy white clouds, if you like. By the boats. Right. Down to the horizon there. Over the trees, I can sort that out later. Now I'm going to introduce some of this alizarin crimson, this from the horizon upwards, say across here. Flick it into your sky. See where it takes us. I love to experiment like this. That's what watercolours are all about, experimenting. Because you never know what you're going to finish up with. So the light's from the right, isn't it? So they're going to get some fluffiness on these clouds in the shadow side. Let's give it some pinkiness to this sky. So it's a pinky bluey sky. Be a bit of a change for you. I want you to get your money's worth. It's getting a bit hairy down the bottom there, but I'll see where we go. These fluffy clouds. Let's just get rid of that well of paint there. Pinkiness up there. It's a pinky cloud on its own, this one. So there's only 2 colours we use here, isn't there? That's the ultramarine blue and the weak alizarin crimson. So nothing really spectacular. Take it down to the horizon there. Once you've got this done, you've done 3/4 of your picture, haven't you? Which is smashing. Let's see if we get time to put some people in by these boats on this one. See how we go. Don't take them hard edges off there. Let's restate those cloud formations at the back there. Around the back of here like this. Of course, if I mix those two colours together, it'll give me a sort of a nice mid colour between the two, won't it? Let's see what we get with that. But a bit of ultramarine and a bit of the alizarin crimson together, and see what it gives us in the sky, shall we? Oh, that's quite a nice colour. So it's a different sky for you today. Pick out some of these darks. I love these cloud formations because if you don't think it's right, if you wait a few minutes, I'm sure a cloud like you've got will come along. Trust me, it does. I love experimenting like this because you never know what you're going to get. And then stop fiddling, like I am doing. I'm fiddling. So I'll just stop that. Take off the well there, off the bottom. I missed a bit of sky at the top corner there. I'll just put a bit of sky up there, sort that out, and away we go. The next thing we'll do, we'll put these trees in and those bits and pieces just there. Probably get rid of this white bit, this beachy area. We'll tackle that first, I think, get the beachy area out of the way. Put some beachy area in here. Mind the boats. This is the raw sienna or ochre, whichever one you've mixed. Of course, there's a bit on the top there. Put that in, and the touch just there. I think while it's still wet, I'll drop in some burnt umber. That's the colour we usually, one of our favourite colours we use. I'll drop into some of that, and then darken some of this area down here. The foreground, some on that bank there, where the rest of the shed is. Well, not the rattlers there, I don't know what they are. But the locals anyway, I don't know what they are. I'm just touching in straight off the palette, that's just straight in, just giving a bit of indication of different shapes and colours on the actual beach. Pull that down there. Let's get rid of that white, hasn't it? There's a sea just here. Yeah, I think I will do the sea first, because then we've got rid of all the white, haven't we? So I'm going to mix some sea colour now, and let's see, the colour that's in the sky will be represented in the sea, won't it? So we need a mixture of those two colours that we got up there. That's the alizarin and the ultramarine. Mix them together, and we should get a sort of a nice sea colour. The sea will look darker than what the sky is, so we'll see what we've got. I think that's nice. That's the predominant colour is blue, of course, but it's reflecting some of that in the colours that's in the sky there. Let's try and take this across here. Missing that boat. Come on the top of that one there. The dip in there. Just take that bit out there. I've gone on the beach, I don't want that. It's a lovely day this, so we shan't make any big waves and things like that. We'll just keep it as it is, nice and calm and neat and tidy. A bit more off that beach there. In fact, what you can do, you know, is if you like this, you just flick some little bits out of this to give the effect of water around here, the waves. Little touch on that back there. We'll see how we go with that. Next thing to do is let's have a close at that greenery where I was promised you in the first place. I'll get my act together soon. So that's this background greenery, which is vegetation, tropical if you like. So we need to pop in some of that, and this is, I'm going to mix some, it'll be a nice rich green, and that is cadmium yellow with a touch of Windsor blue red shade actually, Windsor blue red shade in there. That should give me a nice green. And let's pop in this here greenery around the back here. Mind the shed. Right down to here, it's can be quite dark in the base there. I'm flicking these tops up because the type of vegetation it is, it's trees, it's like palm trees and things like that. They're all sorts of things like that. They're not bushes like we have in England. So it's local vegetation. I remember the day we went down there. It was a lovely day. We travelled through. We had a minibus. We did, about 8 of us, and down we went, and we got stopped on the way about 3 times by police or army or something, anything, and our driver, we had to pay them to get through. I think a little bit of shenanigans going off there. I don't know what was going off, but anyway, he sorted it out, and we finally got there to this place, and it's worth the trip. It was. Right, I want to darken some of that a bit now. I need to darken it. underside of this is dark. Don't forget the light is from the right, isn't it? So I'll get a smaller brush now. I'll sort of manicure some of those large leaves on the tropical vegetation. Let's go a bit smaller than that. A smaller brush. Small is beautiful. See what we're going to get here, shall we? So we can get some this sort of stuff, you know. The leaves of all this stuff here. But that might be a bit dark there, but we'll see. I'll make it a darker green perhaps, that might help even better. This is the cadmium yellow and the winter blue red shade, but hardly any water. So I'm painting with nearly neat colour. That gives me a better feeling for it, that. Lovely to vary the greens on this as well. I'm going to put more cadmium yellow in this now, just to give it a variation of green. Dip into the dark green again, see what that gives us. Get this variation. You can't go wrong on this. Just put in what you think is right, and it will be right. I have full confidence in you. You'll tackle anything. All sorts of greens in this, because you know what tropical greenery is like. It's a bit of a mess, isn't it? But this is lovely, and the people were so lovely on the beach there. The fishermen, I should say. There weren't many people out there. It's not a tourist area. It was just a gorgeous spot where they go out fishing from. And it was non-touristy. It was just we were lucky to be there. One of those days, you know, you win some, you lose some, but that was a good one. A bit more vegetation down here. Keep it twiddling round. It's just it's got to look untidy, because it is untidy. I know you'll make it untidy. You'll make a wonderful job of this. I bet your neighbours are impressed with some of the paintings you've done already, if you've shown them yet. Right, let's see how we go for that. I think a bit of dark in that bottom there might be helpful. Get down some darks in that. Give it a bit of oomph. That's where all the snakes are and stuff like that, nasty stuff. you know, I've been to lots of places around the world, and I can't say I've seen many things that were really nasty. Just one or two. And some of them were people. But no, it's quite interesting. Right, that vegetation will do now. I'm fiddling, so I should stop doing that. Let's have a look at this rasta shed. I mean, I call it a rasta shed. It's not the Caribbean. This is Sri Lanka, so it'll be a sort of a one of their sheds, whatever they call them. Sri Lanka, not Sri Lanka, Madagascar. A Madagascan shed, wherever that is. They must have a name for it, I bet. Let's see what I've got anyway. I'll pop it in a brownie colour. It'll not be too sunny in there. It's open at the end. I'll do this side lighter because that's catching the sun, isn't it? So I'll make that a bit paler. There's a bit of a top on there, let's indicate that, and on the top of that there's a bit of a lean-to there. Some down that side. And a bit of shadow in that side there. That'll do. Keep it simple. Right, let's have a look at some of these boats, shall we now? Oh, but I've got the palm trees first. I'll do them first for you. Get the palm trees out of the way. Now these I'm going to paint with the first colour we said the ochre or the raw sienna. Let's get a flow of that first. See how we go with this. They come out of the vegetation, of course. Curl over, don't they? A bit broad on this one. Just a group of trees like this, minding their own business. Probably been there for years. And I'm going to put some dark on the shadow side there. I'll mix a bit of that dark there. A touch to keep me going. So on the left hand side, because the light's from the right, isn't it? Indication of dark. Let's also give it a three-dimensional look. Doing some bits around it like that. More greens on this. I've still got a bit left of what we were using before. The cadmium yellow and the winter blue red shade. This gives me a nice greens. We'll flick some of those in on these palms. I'll start at the left hand side because I'm right-handed, and flick some in like this. Flick a few fronds in like that. Now our next tree will go above that. Put another one down here like that. One across here like that. I think I'll put more colour on that. It'll bring it over the top of the first tree, just like that, going over it like that. Bring it forward a bit. This is nearly cadmium yellow. This it's brightening up that leaf formation on there. A bit of dark now and there, darkening it down in areas. A few more fronds down here. And some of this top tree, this top one here, let's flick something off that one, shall we? Nice one flicking over there. Keep them flowing. So that's the most dominant one, the big one at the front here. There's not a lot in it because they're all close together, but that's in front of the others. Put a bit of darks in there to sculpture it if you like. That'll do. That corner's done now. Strange, the brush you wanted over the last one. Right, these colour these books, I think I'll have this one will be a red one, this one will be a blue one, and this one will be like an orangey one. Okay, so let's start at the back and work our way forward. This has got a sort of a orangey sail on it, this one. Clear a spot, so I've got a spot for the orangey sail. The pallette's in the right state, I'll show you, look. It's the right mess. So I've got to give yourself a clean area to work on. Alright, that's a spot. We're going with an orange top, aren't we? So if I've got some cadmium yellow and a touch of cadmium red with that should give me a nice orangey colour, shouldn't it? We'll give it a try, see what happens. That looks quite alright. That's a nice colour. And we'll flick it in on this it's like a when they sat inside sorting the nets out or whatever they do, this is a sort of a shelter from the glaring sun, because it does get blooming hot there, I'll tell you. So that'll fill that in. Of course it's down there as well, and it'll be paler inside because the sun's catching it, isn't it? So we need to be a bit pale on the inside here. So there. That'll do. Just there. And the boat, I think we'll have as a burnt sienna boat. That's a nice mahogany colour, if you like. Burnt sienna. I like that colour. Just flick that in there. Very tight this. Be careful. And it looks a bit B&Q, so I'm going to darken some of this bottom areas, because it's not new. It's been there donkey's years, wherever they are. So we need to have it dark down here. A weathered look on that hole. That's settled that one in. Now put a bit of a shadowy area inside that, inside there where it's dark. The sun isn't shining there, that's okay. Right, this one here, we'll have a blue one, shall we? Have a variety, and I think a cobalt blue would be nice on this. I like a cobalt blue. It's semi-opaque, the colour, which means it covers well. Let's try a bit of. It also looks like a bit of a ghost town if you don't put people in, you know, these. So you've got to put some people in. Or you think you stumbled on somewhere where nobody lives. We don't want that. And that's got a bowsprit on it. That's the sharp end at the front there. I'll put some dark in the bottom of that. So we've got bowsprit on there first. And it overlapping that shed there. That links it together quite nicely. Darks in the bottom of this. I said that the front one we'll have as a nice red one. I think that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Right, we'll paint this red boat now, shall we? The foreground one. Mix a touch of cadmium red, and away we go. And I'll just paint this red one in, and then that'll complete the boat section of it. Let's be careful with it though, it's because it's a strong colour. I don't want to sort of spoil the rest of the painting. Be careful. course, when it hits the sand and that, it's going to have sort of bobbly bits because it goes down into the sand, doesn't it? It's not going to be level, that bottom. So if you're careful with a steady hand, you can do this without smudging it, hopefully. That's a nice bright colour to start with at the front, isn't it? Then we'll put a bowsprit on the front end there. But it's a bit B&Q, so we'll give it some darks there to show it's been used. It's been out to sea, if you like. So we'll put some dark. That colour, this colour what we've used around here, and that I'm sticking some of this in just to dirty it. Because everywhere we were on these places, they didn't seem to care much about how things looked. Well, yeah, got things done. So that's our hull of the boat. I want to put a bowsprit in there, so that's a little tiny thing at the front there. Well, that should be right. I'll put a dark colour. Whichever dark colour you like, so you can use that sort of you can use the ultramarine and burnt umber, that's to give you a nice dark, or the ultramarine and the alizarin crimson without hardly any water, that'll give you a dark as well. So it's not any dark will do, whichever one you've got on your palette. That's most important, what you've got, isn't it? Let's see if I can mark this. Nice and steady. So that's the end of the bowsprit there. Pull it into there. Away we go. Right, well there's two masts here. I think we ought to do the masts as well, didn't we? Just get those in. And I'm going to use Carol's credit card on this. It'll make life easier for me. Sure it will. Oh, it's about right length as well. A bit longer than that actually. Longer than a credit card. What do I do in here? I think that's a bit longer. Might be a bit. No, that'll do. Let's do it. I'm using the credit card, folks. This is. You don't have to ring Santander or anything like that. Just put some paint on the edge of it. And drop it on the. This is just a dark I've got on the thing. I'm just going to put paint the edge. I'm going to paint the edge of the card, the credit card, just like that. Look. So I've made a mark on there, and hopefully we'll put that onto there. How about that? That's dead straight and it's easy, isn't it? Anything to make life easy. Right, let me find another piece of Carol's credit card. Oh, it's just right for that one. So I've got a little bit here. Same treatment again. Edge of the card. Stick it on when it comes out of there. Bang it on. There. I think I should put one on this really. Oh, two, didn't I? Right, let's go on, let's go mad now. To hell with the expense, let's have three, shall we? Paint the edge again. Let's put this one on here. About there. There, that's got it. That's all three in. That's tidied things up a bit there, hasn't it? Right, I think we ought to just sculpture some of this foreground a bit, because it looks a bit just bland. So I'm going to use some of that burnt umber. I like that burnt umber. And I've got some of this raw sienna with me here. I'll put some of that in there. Those two colours are a nice mix of beachy colour and stuff like that. Makes a bit of colour. So let's just indicate some where there's movement on this beach. Bit up the top here like this, like this. Coming down like that. Twiddly bits down here where the boat's been dragged. Bit of dark on that side there. Bit of work on this, on the foreground. I might put a touch of seaweed in that, I think. Just a touch some greenery in it. Let's see where we go. So I might just. I'm thinking as I go along. I'm not sort of. I think I'll just a touch of grass along the top of there, that where the shed is. There was some seaweed down here. Do it down here. Coming out of the water's edge, because that's where it come from, isn't it? It's washed up. All this dark seaweed, and there could be a really dark bit there. Make a dark green, then that will give us some darker area. Right, that'll be alright for a bit, that. Now I think, I'm not happy about, I've got some gouache. I mentioned that gouache before, didn't I? That's this stuff here, look. Designer gouache it's called. Now this is an opaque white, it is. And it helps me a lot if I get in trouble. And I do get in trouble. Believe me. We all get in trouble, but not many people are prepared to admit it. And I might just flick in some suggestions of surf just here. That'll do, don't overdo it. It just gives that touch of. You've seen it as it hits the shore. It sort of goes like a salty thing. It all vitiates and makes a hissing noise. Right. What next? We need some people, don't we? Some people manning this boat for a start. That's one area that's got to be sorted out. The boat's not going to man itself, is it? So we've got to get a sort of let's get to. Whether I can put a white strip on that boat top, I don't know. I'll have a try with this white gouache stuff. do. That'll do. I want a touch of white on this inner face there. Now let's get some people in. I've messed about with that enough. Put the lid on. Here we go. Right, these gentlemen that live here are dark skinned. So we better put a dark skinned bloke in the boat somewhere, haven't we? So he can be doing something here. He's doing his stuff. Sat in the boat. Got his arm down there doing something. You can't see much of him because he's sat in the boat. But there's his head. He's leaning forward. Don't know what he's doing. Then put him his mate, he's helping him. His mate is stood, let's see, he's about here. Put him at the back, he's messing about here. He's leaning the other way. I think this scene is made by putting people in, because without people it's just a flat, boring bit of water and a bit of few boats and that. But people give it something happening, which is nice. And then I'll have a bloke sat in here mucking about with his nets. I'll put him a white shirt on. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? That would be nice. That. Get the white out again, if I can. White shirt on there. I think we'll have another bloke with a white shirt on this other boat here. Put him a white shirt here. He can be stood by this mast. I suppose we could put one of these blokes a white cap on, couldn't we? Put a white cap on top there. That's it. Oh, he's got a white cap on as well, matching cap. Right, we've got to finish that bloke off there because he's only got his shirt, so we've got to sort him out. That's this bloke sat in here. I'll put his head in on top of that. Just see his head sticking out of there and his arm sticking out of that. That's it. And then this bloke here, I think he's in charge because he's doing nothing. Put him an arm sticking out of his shirt there, and put him one sticking out of there. And if I look, I could put his legs down here. I suppose I could put him some red trousers on. Just in between there. So you've got a red cassie on that bloke. By Jove. He's posh. So these two, they can't have a shirt on, these two, so they, so they are. I'll put one. He's got some white. Oh no, put red shorts on. You can just see the top of his shorts as he's working. And the other one there, I'll put him some shorts on. I'll put him some yellow shorts on. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Yellow shorts. It might look a bit posh with them on. Here's your yellow shorts just here. Oh yes, his friends will be looking at him very, very shrewdly on that one. So there's one man there, one there, one there. That's 4 of them. 4. We need some more, don't we? I think we'll have a fella. Oh, they always want. No, this one's in charge. This one. I'll put this one in charge. He's sat here. I'll put him down here. He's just sat here like this. He's sat minding his own business, or whatever they do. He can put his arm on his knee there. I better put some trousers on, or the neighbours will talk. Let's see what colour. I'll put some blue ones on, shall we? A nice pair of blue or denim trousers, or denim, not shorts, denim shorts, just here. Oh yes, and a hat to match. That's it. He's sat there enjoying himself. The others are working the socks up. It always happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What about a bloke working on the outside of the ship? That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Just on this one here. He's stood here like this. Head's about here. His feet's down here. Oh, blimey, look at that. That's a bit messy, that. He's got a club foot there. Take his foot out. Right, we'll put some clothes on, we'll sort him out. He's not going to stay like that. He's got red trousers on. Let's get rid of that. And put him see what else can we do with him. Put him his arm out somewhere, doing something. He's messing about with the boat there. So he's down here doing this thing. He's got his feet in this sand. Right, we're getting to the stage where we need some shadows, I think. Yeah, a few shadows. So where are we heading with our shadows? Let's have a look. I think we'll our shadow colours. That's the shadow colour is always the ultramarine and the burnt umber. Gives you a nice shadowy colour. So if the light's coming from top right, isn't it? So we're going to get some shade down here like this sort of thing. He'll cast a shadow as well, that bloke. He'll cast a shadow, our little man here. The boat will probably cast a bit of a shadow just here. Get some shadows down here. That's being shade just there. Shadow under there. I might get a touch of shadow on this here. This here lean-to. Well, it's not lean-to, it's a sail. It's protection against the sun, don't know what you call it. It's set in there, it's dark. So look, a bit more. Might get a nice dark shadow. Might get a cloud shadow just here, that'd do a little bit nicely. Bit of a cloud shadow in there, like that. Dark this corner down a bit. Right. I think there's a little spot on in the sky there. So that's going to have to be a seagull or something. I've got to sort him out of it. Got a bit of a dark bird. Get rid of that spot, won't it? Let's have a look around the sky, see if there's anything else that wants a bird to sort it out. So he's doing this thing, he's doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Enough. Well, that's all for today, folks. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you haven't enjoyed it, give us a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. That will be lesson 41, the next one. That's right, we get up in our 40s now. So any questions, pop them in the comments section below. But until next time, it's goodbye. Goodbye, folks.